everybody, this is Bonnie and I'm here with our final card for our January online class, and this was the bundle that we used. So let's get started. Okay, this is the card that we're going to make. It looks hard, it's not really hard, there's just some little tips and tricks and I have to show you as we go along. So first of all, make sure you have the kit. This is card number 4. I'm going to sit this, let's see, let's move this over here, and then I can sit this right here. Okay, so let's get all our goodies out of our bag. We're going to set the base card off to the side for a minute because we don't need that. And then we're going to set the designer series paper, these 2 pieces, and we're going to set the embellishment stuff off to the side too. So first we're going to work with this piece here. This should be the piece that is 3 by 5 1/4, okay? And we are going to take our Highland Heather. Make sure your stamp pad is, your ink is not, there's no ink on this, okay? And we are only going to dab the end of it, like where, you know, just this big heart, not the little heart. We're going to leave the little heart with nothing on it, just in case. I keep a post-it note handy if I can get one here. Now I want this one to go right about here. So I'm just going to stick this post-it note ever so gently underneath here. Actually, I think I want it down just a tad bit more because I want my little hearts to go up there above it. And I think I need it to come down a little bit. Okay. So kind of like this. And we're just going to stamp it down. Voila, just like that. Okay. Well, now I need another one kind of over here down. So again, we're going to stamp this. This is just in case you're putting this here, just in case you get ink on that little one there. You don't want to have it on your card. So this way it's a just in case thing. I want this down a little bit farther than the other one. Okay, so there we go. That looks good, just like that. I didn't push very hard in the middle, but it's all good. All right, and now we're going to take and we're going to set this aside for a minute, and we're going to bring in this piece right along with this design. Now we don't need the little heart, but you can stamp it and put it in the inside. You could do that with it. So we're going to take and we're going to stamp the whole thing this time. This is why I did this second, because then you're not using it on there. And we're going to line this up. I got my template. It says top. I got that one facing towards the top. And I did that. And then we are going to get the mint out. And we're going to stamp up both of these. Okay. And then, oops, got it upside. Nope, I had it the right way. Oh, I moved this somehow. There we go. And then we are going to stamp this down. Okay, so it's just like that. Now we're going to clean this pretty good. Okay, we're going to bring this back in. We're going to set this one off to the side for a minute. We're going to bring this back in the mint. And we're going to take our ink, and I used the bigger end, so I'm going to take and just stamp up the bigger leaf. And I want this one to go right along here. I don't want, if there's any ink, to get onto my project, so I am going to put that down, and I'm stamping it right up there as close as I can, giving it a little pressure this time. There we go. And now I got to do another one right here, so we're going to stamp it up again. I want this one to go right along here, so I don't want any ink or anything to get on the card. So I'm going to go just like that. So it's not really hard, it's just that you're using, you don't want ink from the other parts. So now we got this. So now we're gonna wipe this all off. Wipe that all off. We can set this color away because we don't need that one anymore. We're still gonna need this one, but I'm gonna close it up just so I don't get anything all inky. Okay, then we're going to punch this out just like we have been, lining it all up. Okay. There we go. There we go. Punch it out. Okay. And as this dries, this looks lighter on here than it looks darker here. When it soaks in and dries, it'll look like the light color. All right. So now I'm going to take one of these leaves and I'm going to put dimensional. I'm going to take, I think it's the big one right here. Yep, it looks like the big one. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue onto the left-hand side of it. And I'm going to stick it right on top of this heart. Okay. Then I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals. You can use minis, you can use yards. Or the yards, the larger ones. Whew. Okay. And then I'm going to flip this one over and I'm going to put a couple minis on the back of this one also. Okay. So there we go. And so we got our minis going on. And I'm going to put, let's see, I think I want to put this one down first. I don't remember which one I put down first. I'm just going to say it was this one. If it's easier for you to do a different one, that's okay. And I'm going to raise this up a little bit, kind of even with this, but I don't want it to, just want it to be a little bit above this heart. And I'm not going to press it yet because I want to make sure that this is where I want this leaf to go. Yeah, and then I had this one kind of going underneath. Maybe I like it going this way better. Yeah, underneath and like that. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's stuck there. So now we got to do the fun thing, and that is drawing the stems. So I just took a ruler. I kind of offset it from the point, just a tiny bit. I'm doing a Stampin' Right marker that is mint macaroon. Now, if you don't have this, you could do your blends. You could do something else. I'm just doing a very thin line to start, okay? And then I can go back and go over it and make it a little thicker if I want. It's really up to you, but I like to do it in the thin line first. Then I like to go back with the thicker one if I want. Now you could flip it over. I think this color, if it this color is in the suitable selection. Now see, I did it thicker on here. I'm doing it thinner on this one, but I'm going to bring this back out a little bit more. I'm going to use the other end, and hopefully this works nicely. Anyways, and I'm just going to go along this line. Yep. There we go. And then just come out a little bit from the line that you had, just a little bit. Because if you come out too much, it won't look good. There we go. That one I think I might have pressed a little bit harder, maybe came out a little bit more, but that's okay. We're okay. There we go. And now we've done that part of our card. Now we're going to take the ink again. So we got it out here. We're going to take the little hearts and we're going to stamp one here, one set up here, and one set over here. And then I'm going to take this other little white piece that was in your kit. I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to take the words I just wanted to say from the stamp set, and I'm going to stamp it in the center the best I can. Oh God, that was so crooked. Whew, I better bring this closer to me. Wow, was that crooked? Oh man. Much better, much better. Wow, you guys are going to think I'm going crazy here. Well, then I've got the stamp set, or the die set, that is this one right here. It is called Stylish Shapes and Dies. And I took the largest die from the set and the next largest die from the set, and we're going to get out this little embossing machine here. Let's put this all off to the side. We're going to get plate 1 and 2 of plate 2s. We're going to offset them like this because that's what helps it crank through. If you don't, it struggles like crazy. And we are going to put this down. If you cut these at an angle, if you put them in your machine, I'll explain it here in just a second. I gotta get them stuck a little. If you put them in your machine at an angle like that, it helps your dies from warping. You should do that with all dies that kind of have a straight edge on them, like your rectangles and stuff like that, squares. It helps them from warping, is what I'm told. And I've been doing it, and yes, it does help them. So, okay. Let's see here. So now we have this beautiful shape. Put that off to the side. Throw that away. And now we're going to put in the one that says, I just wanted to say. And it fits in here so nicely. And again, we're going to put it at an angle. Offset these. I'll show you what my sandwich looks like in case you're wondering about, like, what do I mean by offsetting. See, that's what I have. Shows up. This one, and then this middle one is back a little bit, and this one ends up being even with the white one. Trying to, I don't know if the camera's picking it up good, but that's what my sandwich looks like. Alright, and I'm going to put the embossing machine away. This out of the way. And now we can start building our card. Okay. So the first thing we got to do is we got to take these 2 little strips of DSP paper, which right now, this came out of this wonderful pack of Dainty Flowers, and it came out of this pack, and you can get this pack for free with a $50 order right now, so until the end of February. So if that's something that you want to grab, better grab her. Okay, I found it easier to flip your paper over and run the adhesive along both sides like this. And also, I did not cut this to the exact measurement. I cut it so that you're going to have to use your scissors to trim it. Because if I cut it, it might have been a hair off or a hair too small. So I wanted it so that you could cut it. So now you're just going to either use grid paper or whatever, and you're going to line this up so that 1/4 of an inch, you know, eyeball it if you don't have grid paper, about 1/4 of an inch is hanging over. And then place it down. Then do the same thing on this side, line it up, about 1/4. Oops. I like to line it with the, it doesn't want to leave me alone yet. It wants to stick already. Go. And now for some reason it wants to stick to my hand. Okay, I like to get the top lined up, and then yeah, I It's got to go over a little bit more. Oh, I guess that looks good. Okay, and now I'm going to take some scissors and I'm going to snip off the top here because it looks like I didn't line it up quite as perfectly. But there we go. And then we're also going to snip off the bottom. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to put Stampin' Dimensionals all over the back of this. So I'm going to use all my scraps and stuff on this piece. You definitely want one in each corner, and you don't want it to be like floppy. So take this piece that we have, and we're going to put this right down the middle, well, that kind of middle, and then I'm going to put a couple here like this. We're just going to use the rest of this package. There we go. And then, yeah. There's everything sticking to me tonight. I don't know why, but it is. Okay. Okay, then we're bringing this card in and it opens up to the top. We're going to put this eyeball center just like that. Okay, and then we're going to take our greeting and we're going to place that on the center of the Highland Heather piece of paper that I gave you. My hand's in the way to see if it looks centered. I think it's got to go that way a little bit. And there we go. Okay. Then in our little package here with all our goodies, you can get these out. And this piece goes across here. And again, you just need some in the middle because obviously we're going to trim this down. Hopefully I can trim this one a lot better than I did the last one. And I think that's about a good spot for it. And then get my, what's been the kind of ribbon or material it was. I don't know, because that's better. Okay, and then we are going to put this right across here, and I didn't pop it up or anything, I just added snail. So we're going to put this right across here just like so. And then I gave you a bunch of these because they're just all different colors and they just look really cool on this. Any of the pastels look really cool on here. So just take a few of the, and I feel like once they get put on here, they look like the color, they look like the purple. And I gave you a bunch to play around with because they are new. So I want you guys to check them out. So that is card number 4. And like I said, this is a little darker right now, but as soon as it absorbs more, it'll start to look more lighter like the other mint. So yeah, so that is it, guys. Thanks for joining my online class. And if you would like to join my next month's online class, just message me on here or message me over on my Facebook page at Bonnie's Creative Place. And yeah, and we can get you all joined up. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.